Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from, where am I? Mesa in Arizona. Jeepers. I think after almost 5 months I would know where I was from. But it's been that kind of day. So how was your Serenity Sunday? Our Serenity Sunday was awesome. It's a box that keeps coming up there. Share with groups. Yes, no thanks. Um, Today's Serenity Sunday is all about unplugging, relaxing, resetting, resetting yourself, recentering yourself, and getting ready for the week ahead. So how's this week been? How's today been for me? I am so zonked. I don't even know what planet I'm on. We had day two of Networking Riches today. It was awesome. Um, I'm a little tired from last night because I didn't get a lot of sleep because of all of the excitement from yesterday and the amazing breakthrough sessions we had yesterday, and just so much just buzzing around in my head because of just so many great ideas and stuff and new stuff and um, it was just like yesterday. And so we got up early this morning. We went out, we had our walk, we had breakfast, um, did Facebook Live, we got ready, we were online on time, and uh, and we had another amazing day today. It was another day of a lot of great ideas, two really good breakthrough sessions were heard. Um, it was just, again, not as many, there weren't as many people on today as there was yesterday. But it was nice. We had good breakout rooms, got to meet some new people in those, and it was just a great weekend. And Casey was really good. He got us out of there just after 2 o'clock Mountain Time today, and since then it's been sort of like scrub the face, change the shirt, change clothes, and just relax. And that's basically what I've been doing. I was going to watch some movie. I can't remember the name of the movie. I was going to watch it, and yeah, I just sit there and just drifted off. And I woke up, and I'm sort of like this in the recliner, and cause there's no headrest, and there's no um, nothing to stop you. You're kind of like sliding over in the recliner because you don't really recline in the recliner because it's more upright because of the way it swivels. If I wanted to stretch in the recliner, I've got to put the little table away between the passenger seat and the recliner, turn the recliner so it faces, so the back of it's to the passenger seat, and then I can stretch out with my feet going across the door and the footwell of and the stairwell that goes out the main door. So it's just really weird. But yeah, so kind of got a crank in my neck and my back now from leaning over so far. But it was another great day. Two more breakout zones, which were breakthrough zones, which were really incredible ones. Lots of great ideas. And even though it's not from, it's even though the person's, and this is the cool part I like about the breakthrough zones, is that even if it's not your industry or your business, you can still learn so much anyway. Because a lot of the principles are the same across businesses. And when they say something specific for that business, and you go, oh, that's a really good idea, you turn and say, okay, that's for whatever industry that's for. So how can I make it work for my industry? Um, so many great ideas. I mean, it was just like it was really cool. Um, so thanks to Casey and his team for um, for an incredible weekend this weekend. There was just so much great content. I've got writer's cramp again, and my wrist is slightly swollen again. My poor wrist. Been putting oils on it to help soothe it. Um, I haven't even. Yeah, I've still got my dishes. I've got my dishes to do. I didn't do any dishes yesterday. I haven't done my dishes today. One of the first things I did, excuse me, as soon as as we were done with Networking Riches, I went and took the goop off my face, changed clothes, came out here, made something to eat because I hadn't eaten since breakfast, and and after that it was just sort of like just kind of in one of those little food comas, and so I went and sat down and kind of snoozed and dozed, and Zeffie's curled up on the passenger seat next to me. That's where she likes to sit. When I'm in the recliner, that's where she sits, so I can just reach under the table and give her scratches and stuff, and so, like, it'd be really nice if we could sit on the couch together like that, but I've got nowhere to put my feet up. And that's one of the reasons we have the recliner. Um, so I can sit with my feet up. I like sitting with my feet up when I'm relaxing. And but she just curls up there next to me. She hasn't even moved, so I got up to come over here. She hasn't moved at all. Um, I'm not sure who, and yet she got to run around this morning with Ziva, and Ziva's a bulldog, and Ziva likes to. She sees Zeffy, and she's got these little short legs, and this big body, and man, that little bulldog can move. I mean, she's got like 20 pounds on Zeph, and and there's been a couple of times that she's like broadsided, just barreled into the side of Zeffy, and but today they had a good run around this morning, so that was good that they got to do that, and that Zeffy got to do some running around, and she sees Zeffy, and she knows it's when Zeffy sees Ziva, she knows that she's going to get sideswiped or something by this bulldog, and so Zeffy just does her little nimble thing and runs all around and all of that sort of stuff, and runs circles around Ziva. It's absolutely hilarious to watch. And the guy who owns Ziva was saying, he says, she never does this with any other dog. She doesn't interact with other dogs. She doesn't play with other dogs. And I have noticed that with Zeffy. Even last night, when we were out walking, we met up with this. There's a couple who are in the same row that I'm in and live in one of the park models, and they're down the other end of our street, and they have this beautiful red Siberian Husky called Arizona. And so Arizona was trying to get over the gate to come play with Zeffy, so they put Arizona on the lead. And we just stood there for about 15, 20 minutes. We had this great conversation and everything else, and just talked about all sorts of things. And the two dogs would just play and sniff at each other and all of that sort of thing. And they said, one thing they don't like about taking you to the dog park is that the Siberian Husky gets nipped at a lot. I'm like, why would dogs do that? And yet her and Zeffy were getting along great together. And I've kind of noticed that there's been a few other owners that have said this when we've been in a dog park. It's like, that dog never plays with other dogs, but they play with your dog. So Zeffy seems to have this personality that I guess because she's such a playful and engaging dog, that she just pulls out that playfulness in other dogs. That they just want to come play with her. And it's really cool to watch. I mean, she even tried to engage a donkey one time. If you haven't seen that video of her trying to engage a donkey, you can go to Zeffy's Great Adventures. Go to I think it was end of February, beginning of March last year, and we were at this campground, and they had this 1 acre dog park, and around three sides of the dog park was another paddock, and in that paddock there were 2 donkeys and a horse. And we went over on one of the days that we were there 2 mornings. So we went over there one of the mornings that we were there, and we're just inside the gate, and this donkey's up against the fence line, and it's just going along, and it's just munching on the grass. And it'll take like half a pace forward and just carry on munching, and totally ignoring everything around them. And Zeffy's going nuts, running up and down the fence line, running in these circles, because when she's trying to engage a dog, is that she tries to show them how playful she is, and she goes zooming off and does these circles and comes zooming back and looks at them and says, "Did you see that? Did you see how fast I can run? And come play with me." And then she gets down on her front paws with her back end up in the air and wagging her tails, going like nuts. And she does everything she can. She's like, and she yips at them and all of this. It was absolutely hilarious watching her trying to engage this donkey, and this donkey was just sort of like munch, 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 half a step, munch, 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 half a step, taking no notice of her whatsoever. And Cedric was going nuts trying to figure out how to engage. And this is what she does with other dogs in the dog parks, is that she does the same thing. Like, even if they're going to walk past the dog park, she tries to engage them through the fence. But she just has this way about her that, it doesn't matter if it's a 2-legged or a 4-legged creature, she wants to play, and that's what she loves. And she just has this playful vibe that she puts out to other dogs that don't normally play with other dogs, that she just wants to play, and they engage her, and she just wants to engage with them. There's a few that just sort of like look at her and see this dog running like nuts around the park and just sort of like put their head up and just walk on. I've seen some dogs do that, but some of the other owners, when they bring their dogs in, it's like, I've never seen this before. And I go, and they go, what? And I said, I've never seen them play before, or they've never shown any interest in other dogs. And here's my dog engaging them in play, and these dogs are having a great time. And especially the guy with the bulldog, she never runs around like this. And Zeffy's got this bulldog chasing her or barreling into the side of her. It's absolutely hilarious, and it's so great to see. And so Zeffy's probably got herself zonked out, but she's curled up tight on that chair over there, and she hasn't moved a muscle since I got up to come over here. But I don't even think she moved when I got out of the recliner to come over here. She she's up to it. So, but we do have to go empty the tanks today, and I have to switch out the hose that we use for dumping, and they're about this big around, because last time I was using the hose, it was dark outside, and I had my little flashlight going, and I'm watching it to make sure that it's going. And I always pull open the grey tank first, let it go whoosh, and then I close it off again, because I always do the black tank and then the grey tank. But I always do the grey tank first to make sure that there's no leaks in the hose, that it's flowing okay, that everything's connected as it should be, and then I'll let the black tank, and then I'll empty the black tank. But with these connections we have here, we can't fully open the valves, because it's too much for the intake pipe that the hose connects into, and so you sometimes get a little splatter coming out of the side there. And that's the other reason I do the grey tank too, is to first, because you don't want to do that with the black tank. Yeah, no, that's nasty. And so last time I did that down the thing, got it to where it needed to be, let the black tank, cleaned out the black tank, and I think I only have the black tank only half open to stop that happening. And then I put the grey tank down through there again. And at one point, we're at that point, so I open it up, and the next thing I hear is a psh, 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 and I look, and in the middle of the hose, on the top part of it, there's like psh, 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 of grey tank water coming into the top of it. I'm like, oh, crud. So my dumping hose is broken, but at least I have two. I had two, because most times I've got two 10-foots, and most of the time in some campgrounds the 10-foot is not long enough, and you actually need another 10-foot piece to do the dump. And so, but I thought, this one hose, that was the original hose that I got, and I actually bought a 20-foot one, which was two 10-foot ones in there. And one of them I've used more than I have the other one, and this is the one I've used the most over the last almost 2 years. And I thought, it's done pretty well, and it's been stretched out here for the last, we got here at the end of September, October, November, December, January. So it's been stretched out for 4 months, getting a lot of sun on it, because it's on the south side of the vehicle. So I thought, that's not too bad, considering the fact that it's whenever we've been anywhere for any length of time, it's always been hooked up. And especially if you're in a park for like 2 or 3 weeks or something, we just hook up the hose and leave it out there and just use it when we need to. Because trust me, packing that thing up and having to unpack it every time is just a pain. So you just hook it up and leave it there. And I thought, that hasn't done too bad. So I still have a hose that's the same age but a lot newer and hasn't been used as often. So I'm going to be switching them out tonight. And I couldn't do it last time because I didn't have my gloves with my disposable gloves out there with me. So I learned that you don't leave the disposable gloves in the utility compartment, because it gets really hot in there, and and at one time it got so hot in there they kind of melted together and stuck together a lot. So we keep those inside here, and I just take them out when I need them, which is usually when I'm hooking up or breaking down. When I hook up and I break down, is when I usually have the gloves on. So now we're going to go change the hose out today before I empty it, and just hope like heck that the other hose is okay. But we will have to order a new 10-foot hose at some point in the next couple of weeks before we leave here. Have to order another 10-foot hose so that we've got 2 of them again. And who knows where we end up next time? It could be 15 feet to the hole. Who knows? But anyway, so we're going to go do that now. And Zephyr, do you want to go outside? Not even an air flicker. Nothing. Her ears aren't even moving or twitching or nothing. Hey, Zeph? Oh, I got an ear twitch. Hi! I've got a head up. You want to go outside? There's a plane going over here, that's what you hear. Anyway, we're out of here. I hope you've had a super fantastic Sparkling Serenity Sunday, that you're recharged and everything else. I know that the Super Bowl's going on. I hope it's a good game and it's not too one-sided. I like it when you have games that are really close and get down to nail-biting finishes. Those are the sort of games I like. But anyway, have a super fantastic Sparkling Serenity Sunday, and we will catch you tomorrow morning for Magic Monday. Heck on it. Oh, now you're up.